Hey, what it do, man? It's the one on Attico, and I'm back, man. This time we got a new Diddy update that nobody was expecting. I don't know what that's. See?
So, a couple of updates on Diddy. Um, we have not fully confirmed this. We are hearing that Diddy is enrolled in a domestic violence and a drug treatment program, two separate ones, while behind bars. This is a common program offered to most all inmates. We have not been able to confirm. We're getting some conflicting information on it, but we are hearing that he is participating in those two programs. To me, and by the way, for two reasons. One, he clearly needs help. I think we heard that from the trial. Whichever way you come at
Yeah, that's he doing that so he can get out. You know what I'm saying? It's best that you take all your courses and thinking for a change, and there's a bunch. And if that's on your record, you know what I'm saying? Then yeah, they're gonna offer you that, and it's probably gonna help him get off. Get out faster. That's it.
out, he needs help, and that's clear. And the second reason is that he's going to be sentenced. And one of the things judges look at is,
Right.
is this person rehabilitated or trying to rehabilitate themselves? So you could argue the rehabilitation should be don't hire prostitutes because that's all he was convicted of.
Mm.
And so it's not so much the domestic violence and everything else because he was never tried for that. And when it came to, using force or coercion against Cassie or Jane, he was found not guilty. So when you think about it, what is the point of drug treatment, and anything else if he wasn't really found
Because it just looks better. It just looks better. That's the point. It looks like you're taking to even if because we seen the video of him doing what he did to Cassie, slapping her and all that, and then we know that the drugs was involved with a lot of that stuff. Um, yeah, that it just you trying to look as best as you can. When you about to get sentenced and shit, you want to look as best you can. You know what I'm saying to the judge.
guilty of that? He was found guilty of hiring prostitutes and sending them across state lines. But optics matter. And there was testimony about his violence. So I think if he's doing this, which we're hearing he is, it's probably a good idea.
Hmm.
Now, the second thing is the judge asked the prosecution to come up with a list of cases where the Mann Act was used, but the John was prosecuted and sent to jail. And I am hearing from some people inside this case that prosecutors may have trouble coming up with that list because typically it's not the Johns that are prosecuted under the Mann Act. And that makes this very, very interesting in terms of sentencing. That if, yeah, he was convicted, but they can't find any other cases where the Johns face serious jail time, the defense is going to say, this is selective prosecution. You're singling out one guy and throwing the book at him when that's not the way the legal system has worked in the past. It's up to prosecutors to come up with that list, and they may not be able to. And that's going to be really interesting in October when Diddy is sentenced. Now, look, he could get 10 years. That is not going to happen. He's
Mm-mm.
not.
He not gonna get that much time. They can give him probation. They gonna give him like time served, probation, and a whole bunch of rules. They might give him. They could give him 15 years, but they could do Young Thug style and give him. But I don't think that all he was guilty of was buying getting prostitutes. Transporting prostitutes. Like nobody even like yeah.
Not going to get 5 years. Even prosecutors are saying 4, but he's not going to get 4. I think he is going to get between 1 and 2 years. And if they can't come up with that list, it's going to be in the lower end. And remember, by October, he'll have already served a year. And so I know this sounds kind of crazy, but depending on what happens, Diddy could be out by Christmas.
Right.
And I think that's a real possibility. This is not a serious prison time case. It's just not. And especially if they can't find like cases where Johns had significant jail time or prison time. I just don't see it. So, could he be out by Christmas? I think he could. Could he be out by Thanksgiving?
Hmm.
I actually think that's a possibility.
Yeah, man. Um, I don't know. It ain't gonna be that bad for Diddy though. You know what I'm saying? He beat the major charges, and that was the important thing. You know what I mean? But y'all let me know what y'all think, man. Boy, Diddy then did it. Like, comment, subscribe, notification bell. Go. Boost.